Do your employees understand your company's 401k plan and how they can best utilize it to maximize their savings? As you know, financial wellness and our 401k are pretty personal subjects specific to each of us and our personal situation. PCI is here to help. We'll show your employees how your company's program works, and we'll give them tools to help them make decisions along the way. Your PCI counselor will walk them through their personalized instructional video and help them while they answer quizzes and questions to aid their decisions on how to save. As you view each section of the program, you'll gain an understanding of why and how it's helped so many employees increase their retirement savings. Go ahead, click a section in any order you'd like. Understanding financial wellness begins with age, so we ask how old an employee is. 30, 42, 54, 63? Our PCI counselor isn't asking to be nosy. They want to know what questions to ask. You don't want to ask a 60-year-old how they are managing their student loans or buying their first home. Just as we don't want to ask a 25-year-old how their house sale and assets are looking. Each employee is shown a questionnaire that's specific to them so they can think about their overall wellness. Age is a big deal for 401k planning, so they only need to know what's relevant to them. A question for a 20 or 30-year-old could be about maintaining their debt ratio as a reasonable percentage of income. Fun stuff, right? Employees take your investor profile quiz. That's right, it's your quiz. PCI simply animates your provider's quiz. As you know, there are no right or wrong answers. Just a few simple questions to help each employee understand what type of investor they are. Questions like, when do you plan to retire? And how much money do you have for major expenses and emergencies? Place them in different categories, helping them decide how to invest. They discover if they're a conservative, moderate, or an aggressive investor, and we keep them awake. Okay, now here's a really cool part of your video. Employees can play with their numbers on the PCI Interactive Calculator. Check it out. You can see what your retirement would be if you keep savings at 3% your entire career and how much money you'll have at age 60 or 70. If you change any numbers, you'll have a different retirement outcome. Each employee can play around with these numbers until they see a scenario that looks good to them. Go ahead, change this to 7%, and let's change your retirement age to 55 or 65. Have enough? See how the calculator helps each employee realize how just a little savings really adds up. As you can see, each employee gains an understanding of how their own numbers change by adjusting their contribution and playing with the auto accelerator. And they get a take-home sheet. The big bosses like to call it a personal projection statement. Whatever you call it, they take it home so they can share it with their spouse and think about how they'd like to make their 401k work for them. We've shown the emphasis of the 401k being completely individual. No two people have the same goals and needs. It's all about each employee. Near the end of each meeting, our counselor will explain a voluntary benefit. Together with the 401k, it's usually life events. a unique and powerful benefit that enables each employee to protect their funds as they save and their income after retirement. Its issue is guaranteed, and it's guaranteed annual renewable. It's a benefit employees can keep when they need it the most, kind of like your 401k. And most average employees can't get a benefit like this anywhere else.